Welcome back to Dreams of the Nameless, where Trump never stopped campaigning to be elected in this dystopian moment.
Trump held a rally in Orlando, much like any of the other rallies of his presidency so far, and it was, for all intents and purposes, unextraordinary, other than the fact that it was the official start to his 2020 campaign. Now, I say the official with scare quotes, because as you probably have realized, he never actually stopped campaigning even after he was elected the first time. So it really shouldn't come as any surprise to anybody that this time the rally, the campaign opening, basically repeated the exact same message, the same greatest hits we've all heard. His big great hits including Hillary Clinton's emails, the $40 million Mueller report witch hunt, the ever popular no collusion, no obstruction, and of course his famous cover of Reagan's I'm not a criminal.
I'm not a criminal.
Yeah.
Fucking criminals.
Oh, it was Nixon. I totally misspoke. Yeah, it was Nixon that did the I'm not a criminal.
What did you say?
Reagan.
Oh man, you fucking ate the dirt on that whole the end of that there. It was like one of those videos where you hit the first couple jumps and you did cool tricks and then you tried to showboat and you fucking just went down.
Yeah. Like totally just smashed in the dirt there. So, fuck it. Video's over. We're done. Have a nice night.
We're done. Channel deleted. Nah, I'm going to leave all this in.
Hey, that's fine. But of course, and the theme was essentially everything we've heard so far, including the Democrats want to destroy America. So I can't really say it was a surprise. Politico summed it up by calling it a doubling down on the populist conspiratorial themes that were a key to his 2016 election.
Well, I was just ranting in the last video, for better or worse, about his conspiratorial antics. So yeah, I'm not surprised to hear that he's continuing to do these inane. I don't feel like rally is the right term for it.
Yeah, it may be more like, I would almost say concert or like a show, because it's not really because I don't know, how would you define a rally? Like, why does it not feel like a rally to you?
Well, I think the purpose plays a lot into it. So like when Obama does a rally, agree or disagree with his politics, his goal is to use eloquence, talking points, and rhetoric to convince you to vote for him. Trump is doing what Hitler did, which is not trying to get people's votes. He assumes the base is going to vote for him. What he's trying to do is make people more racist, to make people more afraid, to stir up more garbage and more trouble.
Yeah.
And
he's selling an ideology.
Yeah, he's overtly. And before, not that anybody fucking comments on these videos, but before somebody in their brain or with their keyboards or whatever says that they're all ideological, that's a given. Everybody knows that. We're talking about Trump because no one else does it like he does. Nobody else is doing these. And the air of violence, I think, that goes along with these rallies, it makes them more dubious than any political event that I've ever been to for a Democratic candidate.
Yeah, I didn't want to mention it at first. I didn't even put it in my notes, but a couple of the articles I read talked about how during the rally, people started chanting things like "lock her up." I'm assuming Hillary, chanting things like "CNN sucks," and so on. And these are
which is exactly what I do at a concert for a band that I like, or whatever. I cry out for the song that I want to hear. I sing along because I already know the words. All of those things.
It's more than that, though, because I also don't go to a rock concert and say, like, imprison the pop star. I don't start
not the bands that we listen to, but the fervor for the performer themselves is, I don't know, like, even with Bernie Sanders, like, I wouldn't go to a Bernie Sanders rally to see Bernie, because I just want to see him and feel his presence and hear him say his radical racist bullshit. That's not why I would go, so that I could just be a number, so that I could show that there's a large group of people that agree with his ideas. You could replace Bernie Sanders with anybody else. I don't care. It doesn't matter. There's something specific about Trump. They want to go and hear Trump say mean things about brown people from the presidency, from his, I guess it's a pulpit, but, well, no, I guess his pulpit is specifically religious, right?
Yeah, usually.
Well, whatever, fuck it. At this point, it doesn't matter. His pulpit, they want to hear the sermon, and I don't think they even want to hear anything new. Does he even say anything that he's going to do in his next term, or is he just like, yeah, still hating brown people?
Oh, no, he's going to make America great and keep it great.
CAG.
Keep it great.
Keep America great.
Yep.
Yeah, we're doing great, folks.
Apropos of your comments here, I did actually want to bring Bernie into this one because while Trump was doing his campaign party or whatever you want to call it, Sanders actually had a live stream in response where he said, and this is a direct quote from the stream, "I say this without any joy in my heart. We have a president who is racist, who is a sexist, who is a homophobe, who is a xenophobe, and he's a religious bigot. His strategy to win re-election is to divide the American people up based on the color of our skin, based on where we were born, based on religion, based on our sexual orientation. And our job is to not allow him to do that. Our job is to bring the American people together around an agenda that works for all of us, and not just the wealthy campaign contributors and the people on top." And then lastly, he also added at another point, "Listening to Trump made me feel very much that he is a man living in a parallel universe, a man out of touch with the various needs of people." I think that's pretty spot on. And this is why, for me, it's one of the reasons I support Bernie is he's not pulling punchies. He's not saying, oh,
I don't
well,
like
I'm
to pull
gonna...
the punchies either.
Oh shit! I need more coffee.
Goddamn punchies.
Speak to this quote while I insert caffeine.
No, Bernie's spot on again, as ever. And no, I support Bernie as well, but it's important to remember that I support his ideas. If Bernie came out and said, "Oh, by the way, I also don't like brown people," fuck you, Bernie, then I'm done. Like, instantly. Whereas, at this point, I want to talk about, since you brought up the lock her up, that garbage. She made a comment during the run-up to that election, where she said, I think all the Trump supporters are deplorable, or some other adjective, and was lambasted for it. She was dead on. Because look, back then you could have made the argument that, like, oh, well, people want to change, and there are other extenuating circumstances, particularly in the Rust Belt, that may have led to them supporting. There's no confusion anymore. Play the fucking music.